Hi, my name is Travis with See Before You Buy. I want to share with you guys a little bit about this app. It is a free app, but before you put your time into it, I want to share with you the pros and the cons, what things could get better, and hopefully they will fix in future versions. So, first up, VocalScroll is a free app. I tried to look up some pricing and couldn't find any pricing. So, it's free for now. I don't know if it's going to be forever, but it is free for now. And it does have voice tracking, which is cool. But a couple of the issues, I'm going to dive into it right away so you guys can, get on with your day. Inability to pause the script or to scroll back up, whether you're in the voice mode or the pacing mode. Specifically in the pacing mode, though, I will say to the voice mode, if you click AI active, it does a lot better job at not jumping forward. It's not perfect, but it does a lot better job. At first, it was just absolutely infuriating. It would just jump ahead to my script. It was so annoying. Under pacing mode, the issue with pacing mode is that there is no way to pause it. Spacebar doesn't pause it. Next, left or right doesn't do anything. Up or down doesn't make things go faster or slower. A variety of ways, but there's no way, there's no inputs here to do that, and that's the frustrating part about this. So if you normally, what I'd be doing if you're reading a script is you, let's say, set it to a little bit faster than you want it to go. And what that would do is that it would allow that if you're going off script a little bit, you want to get caught back up, you want to advance, you can just hit play and it's going to start scrolling a little faster than you normally would use it, and you just pause it and you can get caught up as you're reading, and nobody will ever notice that you're hitting spacebar with the other hand. Other things is you can sometimes have a mouse or a clicker, and maybe you talk like this, and so my hands are free, but I can use it and I can scroll up or down. You can't do it with this thing. The other, I guess, biggest flaw is I don't see a way to go full screen with it. Like on an iPad, I guess here, actually, it allows you to click, I guess, which is something interesting I didn't see before. You can click two different parts where you want it to go, but that means I need to now be paying attention to where my mouse is at, rather than I'm just trying to figure out the words, and so that's annoying. And then also you're going to be hearing the clicking. I don't know if you hear my clicking or clicking on the computer, especially because I'm using my audio. You might be hearing me click, which is super annoying. It's also not entirely consistent. Watch this. If I clicked here and there's a gap, it doesn't go up. Or click here, there's no gap to go, let's say, advance. So what I might try to do, based on how it is now, is just have my mouse like in the middle and then click, and I can kind of advance, and you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it here and there. It's just annoying, and normally you just be scroll wheel or a mouse or the keyboard left, right, up or down to go faster or slower. And then lastly, this is another thing for professional teleprompter operators, is having chapter markers where you could advance, like let's say that Q or W was your previous marker and your next marker. You could just hit W and it would advance to the next marker. And what it is, it would be like a special character that you just put into the script. And ideally you could have it either hidden or visible for those chapter markers. I typically would have them visible with Telescript, and I could then jump to example, this person's talking, and then it goes to this other person who's going to be talking, and I could jump to that next section or that next person. Other things that are way more advanced would be like color coding. So example, like here, I might cover the soft CTA. I would color code that a different color so that way people know not to read it. But it's still there. Like this is the section we're going to, but it's not going to be there, getting read. I was going to say ridden. But yeah, so that's basically Prompter Studio in a nutshell. You can't go full screen. You can't pause it during it. From a manual perspective, that kind of sucks. Basically, every other script online will have those options and will be great at those. But this one does allow you to. I have not turned off my Wi-Fi and tried to use the AI voice tracking because they say that it's all local, which would be really cool if it is actually all local based AI and voice tracking. But when I go here to this, make sure that you do click on the AI So I'll do a quick demonstration here on how you might be talking naturally with the teleprompter and it might be jumping ahead. Example in the script here, and also why the biggest issue is that if I could at least just back up in the script without, like if I could just scroll back up with my mouse, it would be great. It could fix some of this stuff. But here we go. My name is Travis, and the best thing that ever happened to me was a broken ankle. I was mowing lawns to fund camera equipment, shooting weddings on the weekend, and I was being treated like a commodity. Notice how it jumped forward there because it saw the word I was. And since that was naturally like a filler of I was being treated like a commodity, instead it jumped forward in the script to the I was. And example would be, and it wasn't sustainable. In that case, it jumped back. Other times, it will jump forward. So these clients were treating me like a commodity. And sometimes it doesn't jump forward. It's just annoying in how it does that. I did learn that you can click to go up or click to go down. So I guess if you are recording a video, you don't have to stop the entire recording. You can go back here and then keep going. So that's kind of, it's nice in that regard. You don't have to go all the way back to the beginning, but it is kind of annoying. And I get the idea like, oh, it's free software. You shouldn't complain. But I want this software to become really good. And, you know, if it's really good, then it becomes a real legit product to push some of the other ones, like Telescript, maybe AutoCue. Granted, most consumers aren't buying AutoCue or AutoPrompter. They're buying EasyPrompter.com, or they're buying some other thing like that. But yeah, anyways, hopefully this video kind of helps explain and demonstrate how this works, how you can work around it, and you can click like that to go forward or backwards, but there's no scroll, there's no adjusting the speed, especially in pacing mode. You can click, but that's about it. There's no scroll. There's no arrow key to adjust the speed. There's no like slider down here to adjust the rate. Sometimes they'll have that there. But yeah, that's kind of the issues primarily. And then also just, what am I missing? I am full screen. Why can't I go full screen? I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you did. Like, comment, subscribe for more cool tech product see before you buy type content. If you're into teleprompting, drop a comment down below if you've ever teleprompted for others. If you're a professional teleprompter operator, would you ever use software like this? I probably wouldn't ever on client projects, but when I'm recording my own videos, it's kind of helpful to have something that can automatically track me and not have to do all these workarounds like full screen, and that would be just so great. Hi there, I'm Travis with See Before You Buy. I want to share with you some of the best things that this app can do and my frustrations with it before you're spending your time on it.